He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. So the Navy midshipmen will go on offense first to start this game. And guys, we talk about how tight ends are a quarterback's best friend. Boy, this guy may take friendship to a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's so nice to have a guy that the size, the athletic ability, and here's why it's always so good. Jesse, what do you want to do, man? Put a linebacker on him, put a safety on him. Nowadays, these guys can win, and it just really makes offense so much easier to run, and it goes pretty smooth.
Yeah, you're right. This guy is a matchup nightmare. And it seems like every week, defensive coordinators go in, and they don't respect his athleticism, and it ends up burning them. They're going to find out the hard way today if they try to play.
Turning it on! An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. 29. Right back to the well. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He wants to change this route. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. He's looking to throw. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Quarterback extends the play. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical. And early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
From the 3-yard line, they'll try it again on 3rd and goal. Just going to keep it after the snap. And they'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Navy!
And how about the wheels for the QB? You could tell, man, he can roll, and they are going to use him. This is just the first drive. You see him going for the touchdown. I imagine we'll see more of that guy running the football with that kind of speed.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the USF Bulls offense has its first opportunity of the day. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
They need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. The Bulls will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And Navy will go back on the attack. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. The run from the shotgun. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The give out of the gun. He'll be tackled at the 49 after a pickup of 5. The brigade celebrating another first down, and that's really the way Navy's always done it. You can even think back to the great Napoleon McCallum, who ran through defenses at will.
Simple, but so disciplined, right? Like running the option year after year, you got to have discipline. Not surprising, Navy is always good at it because so many young men with such discipline, they can run a system and really just continue to methodically move the ball down the field.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Makes the grab. It's Powell. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. The midshipman looking for a chunk play on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Navy will have to punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Rushes on him. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Another incompletion on 3rd down. And the Bulls will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes a nice grab at the 25. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And here comes the Navy offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Handoff to the lone back. Breaks into the open. Play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run the guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Grabbed over the middle. It's Traore. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. And this one is perfect. And now the lead is extended a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Washington has the lead right now. Feels like we've heard the air raid sirens a few times today, but they haven't been able to pull away. They're up by a field goal over Michigan. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Quickly to the tight end.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
As they get snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Off play action. Pocket breaking down. Final play of the quarter, and the ball falls incomplete. At the end of the quarter, Navy has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Bulls will punt it away on fourth down. Just needs a crack to get a return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Punts it out of the air. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They'll give it to him again. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Back's got it. And he will take it in. Touchdown, midshipmen. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in week 5? And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmaker, slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football. He'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, Dave.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Finds his tight end. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. And the Bulls will bring the punt team onto the field. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Touchdown, Navy! Stealing a score on special teams. He did that one all by himself. yourself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision, and you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turn it on the gas. Great job, great return.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Give to the back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. The Bulls send out the punt unit. That leg is staying loose, already the 5th kick of the night. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And Navy will go back on the attack. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Gets it past the marker. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. It's first down from the 37-yard line. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Fires to the wideout. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Navy will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Using his legs, it's flat. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Looking downfield on first down. Looking down the middle. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Trying to escape and get it himself. And they're able to get him on the ground. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Unloads it left. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Opening play of the drive from the 39. Caught in the backfield. It's Fleck. Looking for more room. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Working well behind the sticks on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. Motion from the back. Wants to throw again. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Got his man. Trying to take it back. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Zings it complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Navy quick to the line. Wants to throw on 3rd down. They're working that left side. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. Looking to throw on first down. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Man, he was open. He had an opportunity. You just got to look that thing. A lot of times guys are catching it, and as they're catching it, you see their heads start to turn to try to think about getting upfield, and they just lose that concentration for a second. A little missed opportunity there for this offense.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Navy now facing 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Traore. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. He wants to throw it. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, midshipman. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you have been calling a great broadcast today from there in Annapolis. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Navy Marine Corps Memorial.
Navy will kick it deep to get the second half underway. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
And the Bulls come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. From the gun on third down. Right down the middle. Working that left side. Oh, he's got some space. Running through contact. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. The Bulls have it in scoring position on first and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. A first down run on the doorstep. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now the offense tries to punch it in on second and goal. Running back looking for the end zone to the left. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be fourth down. Between the uprights, it's good. Had to settle for the field goal.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And here comes the Navy offense. Boy, that last drive, they looked like they were throwing against air. Just absolute precision execution in the passing game, and it led them to a touchdown. We'll see what they have this possession.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gives it on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
Navy needs to come up with a big play on third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna take a shot at this DB. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to... Scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Navy will have to punt it away. And he tried to pin him deep with that punt. Instead, it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. Quarterback on the keeper. Finding open area. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
And this is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Third down after the run. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Grabbed behind the line, it's Fleck. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And the Bulls decide to punt it away. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. And this kick will be marked down just inside the 45-yard line. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on third down. Wide receiver comes in motion. On third and long, try to convert it through the air. With the catch, it's Freeman. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Navy searching for a 4th down conversion. Trying to keep this drive alive. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Gotta love the physicality on 4th down and short. You know what's coming. They hand the football off to the running back. No secret, but he plays physical, gets behind his pads, and gets the first down.
We've reached the break, and Navy holds the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Let's go. To the ground with the back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
It's third down, and the line to gain is the 36. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. Navy will have to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And they'll just down it right there. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
They'll leave it with him. Tackle was made at the 22, but a nice 10-yard pickup there. On first down from their own 22. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it in the middle. It's small. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play. The Bulls have it with a 1st and 10. Rides the back and leaves it. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Going to the running game. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. And the Bulls come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. The play action fake. Fires one high and deep. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. After ripping off a big chunk of yardage, you figure they're going to go right back after him. 1st and 10 from the 31. Oh, better look out. There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
Well, it's a good time to mix in the run play. You're down, it's late in the 4th quarter right now, and everyone's expecting you to throw, so not a lot of defenders in the box. So that's a great situation to try to run the ball.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. Here's the pressure. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Give to the running back. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. The Bulls trying to cash it in on 1st and goal.
Here we go.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bulls.
Yeah, and listen, that is awesome to see the guys continue to fight, continue to keep competing, because this game is over. Like, we don't need to fool y'all. We're not trying to get y'all to stick around and improve ratings. Like, the game's over, but you're continuing to fight. You powered in for the touchdown, and show your kids that we're going to always fight no matter what the score is.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but better job by the hands team falling on the football.
And Navy will go back on the attack. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
On 1st and 10 from the 38. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And you can feel the momentum a little bit, right? I mean, the 4th quarter has kind of changed, and this defense is settled in. Their offense has scored as well. So this is a big tipping point in this football game. This is a big possession because Uncle Mo is all on the side of the defense. And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
The give to the single back. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on